All right, welcome back everybody for another deep dive. Today we're looking at a text called 10 Ways to Love Yourself and Overcome Pain.
Okay.
And
Sounds intriguing.
yeah, I thought this would be good for me and maybe for some of our listeners out there who are
hmm
trying to, be a little bit kinder to themselves.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it.
Okay.
The first one that
hmm
they list here is uh, stop criticizing yourself.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I'm pretty good at criticizing
Oh,
myself.
yeah. I'm very familiar with that inner critic. Yeah.
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 And so what do they suggest here?
Well, they actually talk about, really becoming aware of those criticisms as they come up
Yeah.
and challenging them.
Okay.
And they even suggest like writing them down, getting
Oh.
them out of your head and then actually rewriting them and
Uh-huh.
replacing those negative statements with positive qualities that you see in yourself.
So it's like literally reframing how you're
Exactly.
looking
Yeah.
at yourself.
It's shifting that perspective,
Interesting.
highlighting those strengths.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one they say is stop creating fear for yourself.
Oh, yeah. The fear.
So easy to do.
It's so easy to get caught up in those, like, what if scenarios.
Yeah, it's like a spiral.
Yeah.
You start thinking of one thing and then it's like,
Exactly.
oh, but then this could happen. And then,
It can snowball.
yeah, and it just gets worse and worse.
And it can really lead to anxiety and just kind of like freezing up and not taking action because
Yeah.
you're so afraid of all the potential negative outcomes.
Yeah, what do they say about that?
Well, they actually recommend that you kind of interrupt that fear spiral by shifting your focus
Okay.
to something positive and calming.
Okay.
So it could be like a beautiful image,
Yeah.
a memory that brings you joy, or even just focusing on your breath.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about like disrupting that anxious thought pattern
Okay.
and bringing yourself back to the present moment.
I like that. Okay, the next one. Be gentle, kind, and patient with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we forget to do that sometimes?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think we're often our own worst critic.
Yeah.
We hold ourselves to these like impossible standards.
Right.
And this point really emphasizes that self-compassion,
Yeah.
recognizing that we're all works in progress.
Yeah.
And that includes you.
Right.
It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend
Right.
who is struggling.
Yeah. Be your own best friend.
Exactly.
It's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next one they have here is practice positive self-talk.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah. So I think we've all heard about this. Like don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to somebody else.
Exactly.
But it's hard to do.
It is. It takes practice.
So what do they say about that?
Well, they really emphasize being mindful of that language that we use with ourselves.
Okay.
So instead of focusing on like what we lack or what we did wrong, we can choose to highlight our strengths, our accomplishments, and our efforts.
And so even if it feels a little silly to be like, oh, I'm great,
Yeah,
it actually can make a difference.
it can. There's actually a lot of research now
Right.
that suggests that positive self-talk
Okay.
can really make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about like denying reality
Right.
or ignoring challenges.
Right.
It's about choosing to focus on the positive aspects of yourself and your experiences.
Okay.
It's about cultivating a more supportive inner dialogue.
I like it.
Yeah,
All right. The next one is appreciate yourself.
that's a good one.
Yeah. I think it's so easy to just be focused on,
Next thing.
yeah, what's next? What's next? And like not even,
Not taking the time to acknowledge
yeah.
how far you've come
Yeah.
and what you've achieved.
Yeah. So what do they say about appreciating yourself?
It's about celebrating those small wins, those moments of growth and progress, and, recognizing your unique qualities and talents and appreciating all that you are, gratitude for yourself.
I like it.
It's a powerful practice.
Okay. Next one, support yourself.
Ooh. How about...
I'm a pretty independent person,
Yeah, me too.
but even I can admit that sometimes asking for help.
Can be a game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So what do they say about supporting yourself?
Well, it's a reminder that we don't have to do everything alone.
Right.
There's strength and vulnerability
Right.
in allowing ourselves to receive support from others.
Okay.
It fosters connection. It helps us build resilience. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed,
Yeah.
don't hesitate to reach out to somebody you trust.
Yeah. Good advice.
Mm.
All right. The next one is embrace your flaws.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Kind of sounds counterintuitive to everything else.
But it's about self-acceptance.
Okay.
It doesn't mean resignation or complacency.
Right.
It's about acknowledging that we all have areas where we can grow and learn. And those imperfections are part of what makes us unique.
Okay.
When we embrace our flaws, we take away their power to define us.
Yeah.
We open ourselves up to the possibility of growth and change.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next one, take care of your body.
Oh, yeah. That's essential.
I know when I'm not taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Physically.
You feel it.
I feel it mentally.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Yeah.
So what do they say about taking care of your body?
Well, it's not just about, looking good. It's about feeling good.
Right.
It's about those, basic things like exercise, nutritious food, enough sleep.
Yeah.
These are all acts of self-love.
Okay.
When we care for our bodies,
Mm-hmm.
we're sending a message to ourselves that we're worthy of care and attention.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one, mere affirmation exercise.
Ooh, this one's a little out there.
This one's interesting.
Yeah.
So they actually suggest looking at yourself in the mirror
I know.
and saying, I love you.
Yeah. It might feel awkward at first,
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
but it can be surprisingly powerful.
Really?
The idea is that by repeatedly vocalizing those positive affirmations,
Mm-hmm.
you're reprogramming your subconscious mind.
Oh,
You're strengthening those neural pathways associated with self-worth and self-love.
so you're retraining your brain
Exactly.
to see yourself differently.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
All right, and the last one that they have here is forgive yourself.
Ooh, forgiveness.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one, especially when it comes to overcoming pain from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how do they talk about forgiving yourself?
Well, they say that forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness, is crucial for healing and growth.
Okay.
We all make mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and holding on to that guilt and shame just keeps us stuck.
Right.
Forgiveness allows us to learn from our past,
Oh, yeah.
acknowledge our growth, and move forward with compassion.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of us struggle with. So looking at all 10 of these ways to love yourself,
Mm-hmm.
is there one that really stands out to you?
I think the common thread that runs through all of them is self-compassion. It's about treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness that we would offer to a loved one.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, cultivating self-compassion is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's something we can practice every day.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So for our listeners out there,
Mm-hmm.
I would encourage you to pick one or two of these that you think maybe you need to work on
Yeah,
and try to integrate them into your daily life.
absolutely.
And remember, self-love isn't a destination.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. Be patient with yourself.
Yes.
And, celebrate every step you take towards nurturing your own well-being.
I love that.
Yeah. All right. That's it for this deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.